Hey girl, it's Carrie Watson with Photo Finish by Carrie, and today I'm going to show you how to do a really easy eyeshadow look. If you're anything like me, eyeshadow has been your nemesis. It's something that you want to look amazing, but you watch all these other YouTube tutorials and you're like, I don't know how they do it, I don't know what they do. So I'm going to give you the tips and tricks to really show you how to get a really finished, really smooth eyeshadow look with normal everyday expectations, if you get what I mean. So we're going to do a browns eyeshadow look. You can use this placement to translate to any eyeshadow look that you really want to do. I'm just going to show you how to place it and where and why you want to do it that way, especially for hooded eyes if you're anything like me. So again, I'm Carrie Watson with Photo Finish by Carrie. I'm a mom of two, professional photographer, and a lineman's wife who works out of town quite a bit. So I need a fast and easy makeup look that helps me look professional but allows me to get out the door in 5 minutes, and here's how I do it. So today we're going to start with two of Maskcara Beauty's brushes that I love the most for eyeshadows. One is the Eyeshadow Everything brush. It's this one. All of their brushes are double-ended, but this is the Eyeshadow Everything brush. It's got the big fluffy end on this side, and then it's got the little pencil end on this end, and then this is the Blend and Tap. If you don't have this brush and you have mature skin, or if you have eyelids that tend to move a bit, this is your best friend. But also, if you have hooded small eyes like I do, this little pencil end is also going to be your best friend. So I tend to switch in between these two brushes pretty regularly, and I love them both. And then we're going to use 4 of Maskcara's eyeshadows. They're very pigmented, they blend very well. We're going to be using Cupcake, Stay Golden, Blondie, and Philly. They're 4 of my favorites. They give a really nice gold and brown hue lit look that is really subtle but can be bold enough for any day or any night. And then I'm also going to use Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer. This stuff is legit. If you guys haven't tried this, you need to get it. You can catch it on sale normally in between, I don't know, I think it normally runs upwards to over $20, but you can catch it on sale for closer to $10. And if you don't have this in your makeup bag, you definitely need it. So we're also going to be using that, and then I'm going to be using a blending sponge to apply to blend that. So we're going to start with this. I like to put my eyeshadow on before I do my entire face if I'm going to want my eyeshadow to stay all day. Now if I'm just going out for the day, I'll just throw a little something on, it's fine. But if I want my eyeshadow to stay all day, if I'm really going to take the time to put it on and do it right, then I'm going to use some of an eyeshadow. I'm going to take the time to do it right, then I'm going to use an eyeshadow primer and really work it into my eyelids, and I'm going to place that all the way down from my lash line all the way up to my eyebrows. So I place it on and then I blend it out with a beauty blender. I like to use it damp. So as you can see, what this does is just creates a really nice coat to your eyelids. So if you see those girls that have the really nice, really smooth eyeshadow looks, this is the secret, this is the difference. If you aren't using an eyeshadow primer, this is the difference. So on a normal everyday makeup look, I'll typically just use my foundation or my mascara highlight color just as my base, and I'm fine with it. But if I want my makeup to stay all day, this is what you want. So that's all it takes. You just blend it out and you're ready to go. Now, you can set this with a setting powder, but since we're going to be using Cupcake, Maskcara's lightest eyeshadow color today, I'm just going to blend it right on and it's going to work just fine. So what I'm going to come in is I'm going to come in and set that primer with some of Cupcake. So you'll notice I'm coming in with the side of my brush. I'm tapping off any excess so that I don't make a huge mess, and then I just come in and I work it on. So again, I am not an eyeshadow guru. I am not a professional makeup artist. I am an everyday mom that just needs to look good and presentable and has watched all the YouTube videos, has done all the research, and this is the easy, fun way that I know how to do it that works for anybody. So that eyeshadow primer, and then I'm going to come on with the Cupcake eyeshadow, and we're just going to work that all over the lid. And you'll notice I'm really windshield wipering, really working it in, but I'm not squishing. I'm holding my brush back and I'm letting the bristles do their work, and that's how you're going to get a really nice blend when you're doing your eyeshadow. So keep that in mind. So that's all we do. Next, I'm going to come in with Stay Golden, and again you'll notice I'm coming in on the side of my brush. I now have it on one side of my brush. I point it upward. So this is a good trick for hooded eyes. I'm pointing upward. I'm letting the side of that brush do the application, and then the top bristles are blending it out upwards. So what that does is this really opens my eyes. It places that product just above the crease and it blends it nice, really nice upwardly without having to blend and blend and blend. So it just cuts it down into one easy step. So I'm just windshield wipering it on. Stay Golden is a really nice staple color to have in your compact. So Maskcara Beauty compacts run all sizes and you can put your eyeshadows right into the compact with the rest of your face makeup, which is really awesome. So that is the Stay Golden, just kind of all over. Windshield wipered, but again, I'm staying away from right on top of the lid, if that makes sense. And then I'm gonna come in with some Philly. This really dark brown color is just wonderful. I love it. If you like a good medium brown, this is it. I'm gonna come in, if you'll notice, where my crease is, I'm gonna go right above the crease. You guys see that? So I'm gonna go right here, okay? Right there. And that's where I'm gonna place Philly. Now you can go as bold or as subtle with this as you want, okay? So again, I tapped in twice with the little pencil end of the Eyeshadow Everything. And then I just windshield wiper right above my crease. And do you guys see how that just creates depth and dimension? Now don't worry, I'm not gonna leave it just like this, but I'm not gonna blend it just yet. Next, I'm gonna come in with some Goldie, again on that pencil end of that brush, and I'm just gonna tap it on. Now if you want a really soft, subtle shimmer, this is how you do it. If you want a more bold shimmer, I'm gonna show you how to do it on the other side. So that's just a really nice, soft, subtle shimmer, and then I'm gonna come in with that blend and tap because I feel like it blends so much better. It takes less movement and it just smaller strokes, and it just works with my eyelids a lot better because I don't have real tight eyelids like a lot of these really young girls, if you guys know what I'm talking about, or those other typical YouTube video makers. You guys know what I'm talking about. So this is just a really nice, soft, subtle eyeshadow look using these four colors: Cupcake, Stay Golden, Blondie, and Philly. Now, so I've created with the same base, and I'm just gonna take it a little more bold right over here. So again, I come back in with a little bit more of that eyeshadow primer. I clean off the wand as much as I can, okay? I'm gonna tap it right there in the center of my lid. Not very much, right? We don't wanna get this messy. We just wanna leave it right there. I just want to tap that over. Tap, tap, tap. Now, instead of coming back in with Cupcake and setting this, so I'm just working it in, make sure that's all worked in until it's not splotchy anymore. Okay, just like so. Instead of coming in with that really light color and setting this, I'm going to come in right in and kind of give this a little tap, make sure it's cleaned off well. And come in right with that Goldie. I'm gonna tap it right onto that primer. And what that does is it creates a really nice base for that shimmer, a really nice base for that gold, and it helps it pop on my eyelid. So it's kind of a cut crease, but not really. We're not going that bold. We're just creating a base for the shimmer to go onto. And then we're going to come in, we're going to blend that just a little bit. I'm also going to come in with the pencil end and knock off any excess that I have on there. I'm going to come in with a little bit of Stay Golden and go right underneath my eye. So if you have small hooded eyes like I do, this really helps in widening and adding some depth to your eyes. It just kind of creates a bigger, fuller eye, if that makes sense. So I'm going to come in with just a couple taps more of Philly, and we're going to deepen this crease just a bit more. We're going to darken it, we're going to add some dimension, we're going to add some glam. And I just work with a few taps at a time, a few taps in, tap off that excess, and then work it into the corner of your eye And again, I'm not overly blending, I'm not going all over, I'm just working that in, and then I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna lightly, very lightly circle. So I'm not gonna make this messy by windshield wipering all over. I'm just gonna kind of lightly circle and blend this to this outer eye to kind of give it a smoky effect. So again, we have a really soft everyday look, and then we have more of a bold look. You can add eyeliner to this. You can come in with the Hotline brush from Maskcara. It's typically used or advertised as an eyebrow brush, but I really love it to apply eyeliner, to apply lip liner, just anytime that you need a really small detailed brush. So I'm gonna come in with some Philly. I'm gonna add some dark liner to my under eye. Right there. I'm also gonna do the same thing to the top. If you like a really quick, soft eyeliner look, that is a really easy way to do that. So now, why I like to put my makeup on, my eyeshadow on before I put the rest of my makeup on is this right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's fallout from, even though I've tapped off, even though I've made sure that I'm not being overly messy with my eyeshadows, you're still seeing this right here, and that's not what we want, right? We don't want to have our entire face of makeup done and then dark pigmentation right here that makes us look like we have dark circles. Nobody wants that. So that's why we come in, we brush off, we start fresh, and then we apply the rest of our foundations, contours, bronzers, blushes, whatever you want to do. So there you go, guys. There you have it. 2 eyeshadow looks with 1 eyeshadow palette. Everything that you need to know for a really basic eyeshadow look. You can use this look for all kind of placements, all kind of colors, all kind of color combinations, and it's just a really easy base eyeshadow tutorial to start with to get you started for real life. So if you have any questions, I would love for you to reach out with me. If you haven't been color matched for Maskcara Beauty, I would love that to do that for you. Find the link in my information, and thanks for watching. I'm so glad. Go catch my other tutorials, and I'd love to see more of your pretty face.